Hello and welcome. Today we are diving into one single, really powerful idea from A Course in Miracles. And honestly, it has the potential to completely change how we experience our day-to-day lives. It all comes down to one simple, conscious choice: choosing love over fear.
I mean, really think about that for a second. You know that little knot of anxiety before a big meeting? Or that worry about what someone else is thinking about you? Or maybe it's just that vague, uneasy feeling that sometimes hangs around. So often, fear is kind of the quiet, default setting for our day. But what if it didn't have to be?
This right here, this is the core affirmation from Lesson 274, and it's going to be our guide for this whole explainer. And you know, this isn't just some nice, fluffy phrase. It's a declaration. It's a tool. It's a simple instruction for how you can reclaim your day.
And let's be clear, this isn't some abstract philosophical concept we're talking about. The lesson is pointing to a very real internal battle that every single one of us faces every single day.
So the Course really frames fear as the central barrier between us and the life we actually want to live. A good way to think about it is like static on the radio, right? It's just all that noise that keeps us from hearing the beautiful music of peace and connection that's always there. So at any given moment, we really have two paths we can take. On one side, you've got fear. It's the obstacle that blocks joy and makes us feel totally isolated. And on the other side, you've got love. That's the guiding force that brings peace and creates genuine connection. It's really a choice between putting up a barrier or building a bridge.
Okay, so if that's the battle, what's the solution? Well, this is where the profound simplicity of Lesson 274 really shines. It offers us a single, powerful truth to guide us through.
So what does it even mean to choose love? It's not just about being nice to people. It's presented as this powerful act of alignment. It's about connecting with a deeper, more authentic part of yourself and then, and this is key, recognizing that exact same essence in everyone you meet.
And this is what takes us way beyond just wishful thinking. The lesson is giving us this choice as a practical, powerful tool, something you can actually use moment by moment to actively reshape your inner world. And guess what? When you do that, your outer experience starts to change too.
You know, the impact of this one, seemingly small, internal decision is absolutely enormous. So let's break down just how much power is packed into making this one choice.
It really just boils down to this: one choice. Now, it's not a single choice you make for your whole life and you're done. No, it's one choice for this moment that you get to make over and over and over again. Choosing love isn't just some small tweak to your day. It's a complete shift in perspective. When you move from a default setting of fear to a default of love, you literally stop seeing threats everywhere and you start seeing connections. That's how unity happens. That's how the peace and joy that fear was hiding finally get unlocked. It's the real engine for genuine internal change.
Okay, so we get the what and we get the why. But how do we actually do this in our messy, busy, real lives? Well, the lesson offers some beautifully simple and totally actionable steps.
It really comes down to 3 daily actions. First, you set your intention for the day with that affirmation. Second, you practice just being aware with mindfulness. And finally, you put it out into the world through simple acts of kindness. See? Intention, awareness, action.
Now this right here, this is the heart of the whole mindfulness practice. It's not about pretending you don't feel fear. Not at all. It's about seeing it come up, acknowledging it without judging yourself, like, there's that feeling of fear again. And then deliberately, consciously choosing a different response, a response that's rooted in love.
And to really make this practice stick, you can use a few awesome reflection exercises. A morning reflection helps you set your course for the day. A fear identification journal helps you learn from those tough moments. And a gratitude list, it actively trains your brain to look for appreciation instead of looking for what to be afraid of. These are your training tools.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, let's distill all of this down into one central idea and one final question for you to carry with you.
This, to me, is the most empowering takeaway of all. You don't have to be perfect at this. If you chose fear 5 minutes ago, that is totally okay. Because right now, in this moment, you have a brand new opportunity to choose again, and then again in the next moment. The power is always, always in the present.
And so I'll leave you with this question, which comes straight from the lesson itself. This isn't for me to answer, it's for you to live with. How, in all the little moments of your day-to-day, can you actively let go of fear and choose love instead? With your family,
with your colleagues, and maybe most importantly with yourself. That's the practice. Thanks so much for joining me.